Hey guys, Jake Loomis here, back with Quality Trucking Equipment. For you guys that don't know, we upfit hook lift trucks out of Clare, Michigan. Today we have a very awesome experience. I have a customer flying into the airport. Some of our customers don't like to pay for shipping costs, so they're gonna fly right into the airport. We're gonna go pick him up in our truck here, bring him back to the shop and show him his brand new Peterbilt 536 hook lift truck. So you guys are gonna wanna stay tuned for this video. Get ready to go along with us.
There it is.
There she is.
Looks amazing. I love it.
Hey Joe, how we doing?
Good, how are you?
Doing pretty well. Nice to see you.
Good to see you.
Thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm real excited.
As are we. How was your flight?
It was good. A little bit of turbulence, but overall, pretty smooth. Not too bad.
So I know the last time that we spoke, you had some issues with your truck, and that's kind of what led us to progressing here kind of quite urgently, right?
Yes. I run a truck and trailer combo right now. In the county that I live in, you have to use the landfill. As a major hauler, you're not allowed to use a transfer station in my current county.
Okay.
You need a big truck. My 2500 diesel is just not tall enough. I got stuck twice, had to get pulled out by one of the bulldozers that they have, and actually broke a part on my drivetrain.
So you're kind of dead in the water at the moment then, right?
Not dead in the water, but I can't go to the landfill and dump anything. So 12 of my 14 cans that I have currently are all out. So that's really good.
So you're gonna be busy when you get back then.
Oh yeah, yep. Driving home straight from here, and then gonna grab a couple hours of sleep, and then get up and just start running cans. So
perfect.
Yeah.
No, I'm excited. We'll get the truck, get it back to New York, and get it out there making you money, right?
That's right. That's what it's all about.
So with your trailer setup, are you still gonna run the trailer setup with the hook lift truck? Or are you gonna sell that off and just primarily go hook lift? What's your thoughts there, Joe?
So my plan is, for now, I'm going to keep the trailer as a backup system. I ordered the trailer special. It's a Texas Pride trailer, but I ordered it special to have standard rail because I knew I was going to go.
And that's a great way to do it. I know so many guys that get into the trailer game that they get the trailer and they get all these boxes and they, scale up and are ready to get into a hook lift truck.
Yep.
And I have to tell them, hey man, it's not gonna work.
Right.
You're gonna have to sell that whole operation off and get new dumpsters, and it's quite tedious. So
yeah.
I'm glad that you had the knowledge, and you must have did your homework first before ordering that setup. So props to you, Joe.
Oh.
So that made the transition much easier.
Thank you. Yeah, and it did. And I did probably 9 months worth of homework before I actually purchased the equipment. And I purchased the trailer and 4 bins, and then I bought 10 more bins from another dealer down in Florida. So those already have the hooks on them. The 4 that originally came on.
So you got them set up as dual pull then?
Correct.
So they have the dog house for the cable and then the hook. So those are all set up, what, 54-inch hook?
54-inch hook with the dog house.
Good to go.
Also.
That's the way to do it.
Yep.
So you're spot on. So you're all set up, ready to go. This should be the easiest transition, and more customers like that. If you're watching, take his advice. That's going to be the simplest way to scale up from the trailer to the hook lift truck itself. Just make sure you do your homework beforehand.
Yes.
You can dive deep into this industry.
YouTube is a gift to people wanting to start a business, especially in this game. There are multiple people who have tons of videos out there, Quality Truck included, who just put out content that is just immeasurable how much it helps.
Yeah, definitely, and that's what we want to do here. Just get the word out, so when you go to make your decision to get your truck, that you're making the most sound decision for you and your company. But that's the last thing we want to do, is set someone up for failure. We want to guide you in the right direction to be profitable and hopefully come back and buy another truck down the road.
That's the plan. That's the plan for sure. Yeah, it was kind of a match made in heaven a little bit, because I had messaged you months ago saying, just getting details and information, because I knew it was coming. I didn't plan on it coming this soon. So when everything happened, I emailed you back and I said, hey, is there anything that you got or anything you can do in a short time? And then you brought up the fact that this 536 was potentially available because of a customer who had to abandon it for whatever reason. And I jumped on it pretty quickly.
Yeah, because if not, we've been pretty slam-packed at Quality Trucking Equipment. Our build schedule, after last Friday, I took 4 deposits. We're now booked out until June. Ooh. So if you're wanting to get a truck, definitely hop on it, get your build slot reserved, because it's getting crazy. Going into the busy season here, it's only going to get that much more drawn out. I'm glad that we were able to facilitate that for you, Joe, and I'm looking forward to getting you back to the shop and going over the truck with you.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see it. Kind of just real grateful that everything kind of worked out the way it did, and that you guys were here and available to help me out.
Yeah, likewise. So that's just the first step of the process, is finding the truck. You had to get financing.
Yep, and I needed it fairly quickly. It was
Yeah, what that process starts Wednesday of last week.
Yeah, something like that. Tuesday, Wednesday of last week, said that he's going to try his hardest to make it happen.
Yeah. And the financing only works as well as the customer that's trying to get the financing. So, I mean, if you're really on the ball with everything, getting them the documents, the bank statements, and all the information that they're needing, they can really turn around. It's not a one-day process. It can take, a few days, but here we are.
Right.
Wednesday to Monday, we should receive the funds here this afternoon.
Yep.
And then everything should be good to go for you to take delivery of the truck. Sometimes it can get drawn out for a 2-week, 3-week process, and it only really works as well if everyone's communicating together.
Yes, that was the key, is the communication and just making sure that when they need a document that you get it to them quickly. That was the main thing. I got a business that I gotta operate. So
yeah, you got money to make.
that's right. That's right.
Well, that's one step of the process. You also had to get insurance. I think I recommended you to Toby Stubbs.
Yep, with Wisdom Insurance. They've been fantastic. They are probably the best as far as dumpster rentals and junk removal. They have been fantastic, fast, just making sure that we get everything that we need to get, and it's set up for success for today.
Perfect. So you're coming from the truck and trailer setup. How long you been running that system for, Joe?
Believe it or not, a whole 2 weeks.
A whole 2 weeks?
That's
and then already getting into a hook lift truck.
That's right. Yep.
That's impressive. So business must be good then.
Business is very good. Like I said, I'm sold out, which is not good. So I got to order in for more cans with Matt Corp.
You were dealing with Raider over there?
Yes. Yep.
How was dealing with Raider with Matt Corp?
He's great. He is the definition of a professional. When I had called him, I didn't even know this, but he was at one of his best friend's weddings.
Oh,
and
really?
He answered the phone.
That's amazing.
Which is fantastic.
That's customer service.
That is. Yep. So we're going to touch base at some point today on my drive back and make sure we hammer out all the details.
I'm glad that process was smooth. We also have a video coming out. We did a walkthrough of Matt Corporation facility, so you'll want to stay tuned and check that video out. It should be coming out soon. I'm glad you had a great experience. They make a great can. We've referred a lot of customers their way, and they've always knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but good things about Matt Corp and how they do business and their product, for sure. So I'm excited to see their cans.
Yeah, I'm excited to see the full setup. The Peterbilt 536. Do you get those cans in any specific color?
Yep. So our company color is kind of like a mint green. So they're all going to be a mint green color, and then we put our decals down the side and reflective vinyl that I put on myself.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So your company's name is Roots Roll Off, right?
That's correct. One
thing that I was doing a little bit of research that I thought was really cool that I haven't seen anyone do is, for every dumpster that you guys rent out, you plant a tree somewhere?
That's correct. We've partnered with a not-for-profit organization called One Tree Planted, and so that every dumpster that we rent, a portion of that rental actually goes back to this not-for-profit who plants trees for reforestation. So like the California wildfires, they worked on that project, reforestating that. They go also do international work all over the globe, trying to plant trees.
That's really awesome. With the waste and refuse industry, kind of recycling, then replanting, and giving back to the earth at the same time is a pretty cool concept.
Yeah, thanks. We thought it was a great match and kind of lined up with our company values of wanting to make sure we want to give back. And it was a fun play off our name, Roots. So we enjoyed that.
Yeah, very nice. So you're full into the dumpster industry now. What were you doing before that, Joe?
Believe it or not, I was an electrical supervisor at a nuclear power plant.
Really?
Yes.
That's quite the career change.
It was quite the career change. I worked at the power plant for about a decade, and I always wanted to run my own business. When I was younger, I did a lot of side stuff, kind of like toying with the idea. An opportunity presented itself, and my wife and I had a conversation, and we decided to jump on it.
Would you say most of the competition is trailer guys, or do they have their own trucks? Is it roll-off? Is it cable?
Yeah, so in my specific area, there are no trailer guys. I was the only one, and there was probably a reason for that. Everybody is on, that size of the Peterbilt 536 or the Freightliner M2. Everyone is on that size or larger.
Okay.
I have not seen anybody in my area with a trailer other than me, or with the small 6500s.
So that's kind of where your decision with getting the Peterbilt came in, was kind of looking at what is around you, and those guys are running that medium single axle truck, and then that's kind of what based your decision to buy the Peterbilt 536 that we're going to get today?
That definitely played a role in it. It wasn't the only reason. I had done some research whether I wanted to jump into the 6500 or go straight to the Peterbilt. Ultimately, I decided to go with the Peterbilt for a couple of reasons. One being just kind of that longevity and resale factor. I really feel like the industry is kind of moving more towards that size. I would get more for that truck down the road. than
Yep.
if I went with the 6500 then stepped up into the Peterbilt, which I knew where I wanted to go anyways.
Yeah, you're 100% correct. You know, that Peterbilt 536, it's a much bigger, robust truck than that smaller Chevy 6500 or Ford F600 equivalent. You're going to get a lot more life out of that Peterbilt than you would, you know, that smaller 22,000, 23,000 GVW truck. For scalability, starting with that Peterbilt is definitely going to be the right move in my recommendation.
Right. Yeah, and of course, I'm the driver, and so the driver experience, I've heard nothing but, you know, kind of unfortunate things about the ride quality, especially of the Chevy 6500, especially with no weight in the back.
Oh yeah, no, I personally can attest to that. I drove those trucks around without any bodies, no hook lifts on them, and it's like riding around in a lumber wagon for sure. With your Peterbilt, not only, you know, you're getting air ride suspension, air ride seat, air ride cab. That thing's gonna be like floating on a cloud when you drive that around. So
Right.
you're definitely gonna appreciate that. You made that step up. Ride quality is gonna be significantly better than it would be in that smaller truck.
Yeah, and the amount of hours that I'm going to spend in that cab, that was something that was important to me also.
So after you take delivery of the truck and you get back to New York, I mean, do you have a pretty good amount of business? You have contractors that you're working with, you know, ready to start?
I do work with some contractors, some smaller contractors, although I'm working on some of the bigger contracts still. Being so new, you know, it's a process. I do a lot of residential stuff. You know, my website is set up that you can order from start to finish in just a couple of minutes a dumpster online and get it delivered the same day if you need it.
So mostly residential. You kind of hinted at the website there. Are you using any kind of dumpster software to help your business?
Absolutely. I think it's absolutely integral that you use something. What I chose to go with was Docket.
Okay. I've heard, you know, some people go with DRS, some people go with Docket. It's kind of a toss-up between the two. How do you feel about Docket?
Yeah, I love it. It is very user-friendly. It's just real intuitive, everything about it. And the setup was kind of go at your own pace, which I appreciate.
Was the onboarding process, did they do a good job of like teaching you how to work through the whole system of Docket?
Yeah, it's like a e-learning course that they go through, and then they set you up with a like an onboarding specialist that kind of helps you through any other questions that you have, which I thought was great. And I like learning at my own pace too, because I wanted to move quickly to get through it so I could get everything integrated. So and it worked out really well, and it's been fantastic so far.
And you think that's going to help, you know, with the scalability of your company, especially with getting the hook lift truck?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it'll definitely help with the scalability with the hook lift truck, and then when we step into our second, when we get a driver, it'll really start helping with, you know, the organization, the back end, how it kind of integrates with QuickBooks is fantastic, which my accountant appreciates. So
I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. That's great stuff. So how does your website help you with finding business? Did it help, you know, find your first couple customers starting out?
Yeah, my first two customers actually came from my website, and that was pretty exciting seeing that first email come through that a dumpster with a 15-yard was booked and paid for up front, which is another great thing about having a website. Is everything, they book it right there. It's been great. I would say do your research, make sure that you get the right people to build your website. It was really important to me not to have stock photos.
Yep.
So that
generic stuff that's on there. You want like real life stuff.
Right. I wanted real life photos, and there's still more to come with our website. And the price really wasn't that bad. Do you want me to get in like the actual price, or?
Yeah, why not? I'm sure people would love to hear that.
So the price for the website design and setup was about a couple month long process. It was around $3,500 for the website.
Okay.
And then you stay on and you sign an agreement that is $200 a month that does all the SEO stuff, all the back end stuff, and then any and all edits that you want going on. And I have been absolutely peppering them with edits.
Yeah, that's great. So it's you know, it's an initial upfront charge, but you know, after that to maintain it, it's not too bad. I mean, that's less than one dumpster rental to keep it up going every other month. So
yeah, and if you're not editing your website and changing your website, updating your website at least once a month, in my opinion, you're kind of falling behind. You got to stay on top of it, keeping your info fresh, keeping your pictures fresh.
Yeah, that's how you get people coming back. You know, you got to keep it fresh and keep people's, you know, interest peaked. So that's awesome, Joe.
That's right. I will say my 4-year-old is extremely excited to ride in the new truck.
Yeah.
The new big truck, he calls it.
Well, I can imagine, you know, being a young kid, you come home, dad's getting a big old brand new truck.
Yeah. Yeah, he's pretty pumped.
How long of a drive back are you gonna have?
If a straight shot, don't stop at all, it's 9.5. But
where do you think you'll stop for the night?
I'm probably not going to stop for the night. I'll probably stop to grab something to eat and get him coffee or something. I don't know.
So you're just going to drive straight through?
Yeah. Yep. I'm going to try to anyways. We'll see. I didn't sleep very long last night, so we'll see. See where I end up.
It's that excitement. It's like going to Disney World, right? It's
Well, yeah.
I can't sleep. I'm getting a brand new truck.
Exactly.
So here we are, made to Clare, Michigan. This is America's #1 choice for new hook lift trucks. We'll be pulling into the shop here soon. Surprised we haven't seen an Amish horse and buggy yet.
You guys got a lot of Amish here?
We do.
I have a ton where I live too.
Oh, yeah.
They click clack past my house about 4, 5, 6 times a day.
Yep. All right, so here we are. We're pulling into Quality Truck and Equipment. Obviously, you can see we got quite a bit of inventory of stock trucks to build.
Yeah. Yeah, I love trucks for days.
Somewhere around 40 to 50 trucks. We have a couple stock units here going out to customers. That Peterbilt 536 is actually going to Alaska. I sold that to a customer. He's waiting on some flatbeds to show up. And then we also have a used Freightliner M2 that our new sales associate Jeff took a deposit on that should be leaving within the next couple weeks. We have this Mack triaxle with the multi-lift that I actually just traded in with a customer who left last Friday with a brand new Kenworth T880. So that's going into the detail side to get washed up. All of our hoists here.
Hoist for days.
Quite a bit of hoist inventory. All the swap loader hoists just sitting around. When we pull back around here, you can see some more of the stock trucks we got. We got a boatload of Kenworth T880s still available. And then if you look over here to the right, quite a few Peterbilt 536s still available, ready for sale. So we're doing big numbers over here, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
But let's get down to what's most important. We'll pull in here and we'll get first-hand view of your Peterbilt that you're here to pick up.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, guys, so we made it back to Quality Truck and Equipment. We're gonna hop outside of the truck here. Me and Joe are gonna go inside and see his brand new Peterbilt 536. So let's do it. So we made it to the facility here at Quality Truck and Equipment. We're gonna take a quick shop tour, show him around, show him what we got going on here today, and then ultimately get him to his Peterbilt 536. So let's take a trip down the hallway here and show you a little bit about what we got going on here at Quality Truck and Equipment. This is where all the back hand side of stuff happens. You know, we have our accounts payable. Here's my office. Keep on rolling through. General Manager Logan's office. Our other salesman Jeff Perkins' office here. This is where Jack resides in his mole hole, and Kaylin, who does most of our title and finance. When this used to be a heavy-duty diesel repair shop, this is where the service managers and everyone would hang out. Not too much activity happens in there anymore. We step out here, this is where the magic happens. This is where all the hook lift truck builds happen. So got all of our inventory on hand. We have a customer in here who has a truck who's actually swapping out his old traditional slide-through locks for the new U-lock system, so that's super exciting. So that'll be a fun part of that build. So if you have any other trucks that need some type of hook lift maintenance done, we can do that as well. This is another big truck build, Class 8 Volvo VHD that's getting a big swap loader SL520X hoist. Guys are getting near close to that. Got another Peterbilt 536 that's coming in. That's a bare chassis. They're about to throw the hoist on that truck. And then a Kenworth T880 here in the background, a nice gray one. Haven't built a lot of those, but we do have those available on the lot. That's also getting a swap loader SL520X. So at any given time, there could be 5 or 6 trucks being built in here at one time. The guys typically can do about 3 to 4 trucks a week. We try to push out somewhere around 10 or plus a month. So, I mean, they're doing big numbers in here. So
yeah, it's impressive. It's really cool.
These guys, they knock it out of the park. They put a lot of craftsmanship into what they do. I mean, they pour their blood, sweat, and tears into these trucks, sometimes physically and literally. So it's fun to interact with these guys and see what they got going on. We're booked out until June right now, so they're always trying to catch up with the sales team, so they're always flying around. Hopefully, they can get some more trucks done this week so we can get more customers like yourself in and get them into their trucks. So yeah, it's exciting stuff. All right, guys, so that's a little bit about what we got going on in the shop today, but let's get down to what we're here for. The most exciting part, getting you and seeing your brand new Peterbilt 536.
Let's do it.
All right, let's check it out.
There it is.
There she is. My details guys got it all shined up, sparkling like a diamond. What are your first impressions, Joe?
Looks amazing. I love it.
So here's your Peterbilt 536 paired with the swap loader SL214. This is a money truck right here. I think you're going to do great things with it. A lot of people are going with this option. Tell us a little bit about what went into your decision making, why you went with this Peterbilt with the swap loader SL214.
Well, specifically the swap loader because it has the U-lock system. So with the trailer setup, you don't have the the weld-on bars for the the hot locks or any of that other kind of stuff. So I wanted to go to this so that I didn't have to do any more fabrication to the dumpsters themselves.
So you're going to save yourself a bunch of money there because you don't have to hire a mobile welder to come make the locks for this specific hoist. That U-lock system is going to be able to grab your cans up, grip them down, and you're going to be good to go.
Right, and I can go same day. I can literally drive this thing home, throw a can on the back, and go where instead of having to
so
get them all
no more
changed over.
downtime that you already are down right now. So you're going to be able to get home and start making money with this truck right away.
That's correct.
Which is great. So this is equipped with the PACCAR PX7, 300 horsepower on this, your 3000 series Allison, so you're going to have live PTO, you're going to be able to operate the hoist in all gears, which is great. Coming back, you got the US Tarp single stage gantry system, so you have up and down with the gantry, open and close with a tarp motor. It's a great setup. I think it's going to be very beneficial for you. You have multiple container heights.
Yes.
So what containers are you running on average?
So I run 10s, 15s, and 20s, and then I also have 7-yard dirt concrete dumpsters.
Perfect.
Also.
So you have a wide variety of cans that this tarp system set up with the slide as well, because you have quite a few different containers. So this configuration is going to be, in particular to your setup, a great necessity, I would believe. So continuing through, you see our nice buyers. 4-foot aluminum cam lock style toolbox. We put those on there. It dresses the trucks up a little bit more. I mean, going with the chrome, you have the aluminum wheels, the chrome package. When you pull up on that customer's job site, you want to make a statement, right? And with this truck, I believe that you are making a statement, and people will see you coming from miles away.
100%, 100%.
So on this truck, all of our trucks come standard with strobe lights all the way around. So you have 2 of them there in the front of the grille. We can pop in here. US Tarp, you have your box here that controls most of the functions on the outside of the truck, as well as a wireless remote. Once we get into the cab of the truck, we'll elaborate on that. But you have work lights associated with that, so early mornings or late night pickup, those are going to come in huge for visibility purposes. Picking up the cans and putting them down. The heart of the swap loader hoist right here, the EHV 100 series, so all of your electronic controls and the valves are going to be in here, so it's a great feature that is offered by Swap Loader. The Swap Loader SL214 is one of our best bang for your buck hook lifts. It's going to be able to do 20,000 pounds, 14 to 16 foot container lengths, and of course the U-lock system is why you ultimately made that decision.
Correct.
Continuing around the back, you have your nice poly setup with the fenders, so any debris or anything that gets on those is going to be able to take the damage as well. So those are great for this setup.
I love the strobes in the back that integrated.
So on the strobe lights in the back, it's a 5-way light, so you're integrated stop, tail, turn, reverse, and strobe. So it's kind of nice, complete clean package there on the back. We build this bumper in-house, so this is actually our towable bumper that is on this. So you'll be able to put a pintle hitch on there, and you'll be able to tow if you were going to do that, set up with air glad hands to the back, and of course the backup camera, so for more added visibility to the rear of the truck. Yeah, so overall impressions of the truck, Joe, what are some things that really stand out to you?
First thing that stood out to me is how clean it is. It's
like, my detail guy would appreciate that. They do
extremely beautiful.
That's great to hear.
And I want to keep it that way. Another one was, I see these on every one of your truck builds, and first, I don't know, the TV loses 5 pounds, it's bigger in person.
That's good.
Which I like.
Yeah, because this is going to be, you're going to have your straps, you're going to have your blocks of wood, you're going to have all the necessities that you need to run your company on the day-to-day in that box. And not only that, I mean, you have storage inside the cab as well. So on these Peterbilt, they also have a nice little storage compartment under the passenger seat here. So this is going to come with all, any truck. It's going to come with all of your registrations, your swap loader registrations. This is actually where the wireless remote for the tarp system hangs out as well. So your DOTs, all the stuff in regards to the PTO and pump is going to be in there. Nice convenient package there for you guys when you take the truck home. If you ever have any issues with anything, this is probably the first place you'll want to look. So extra storage there as well, which is great.
That's really cool.
Kind of jump into this tarp remote as well. So not only do you have the functions on the side of the gantry there, you have the wireless tarp remote that you can operate from inside the cab. So you have your up and down functions with the gantry, open and close with the tarp motor. I don't think we'll be able to run it all the way out in here, but. So this is going to raise up, I believe, to about 9 foot worth of, 9 to 10 foot over the cab. I might have to bring that back a little bit. So you're gonna get plenty of height out of that gantry system to cover all of your cans. So this right now is set up to do 14 to 16 foot container lengths.
That's perfect.
So, but with this slide that the US Tarp offers, you can make that longer if you were gonna do 18 foot cans, if your state allows for that 4 foot overhang, or you could bring this closer and shorten that up if you had a shorter 12 foot can that the Swappler SL214 accommodates as well. So any container length, this is gonna be able to apply for the tarp system, which is very nice.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Like I said, work lights on there as well. So everything that you can do on that remote on the outside, you can do from here as well. This is set up in the 36 orientation right now. So I'll show you how easy it is to move that back, and then we can change that into the 54-inch hood. So we leave enough slack on this control box here. We don't mount this in the cab either. It almost acts as like a wireless controller, but it still has the tether on it. So you can operate this hoist from either outside the truck or inside the truck. So what's nice about that is that if you wanted specific placement for your can, you know, you can get out and kind of see what you're doing as you're operating it. So that's a nice feature as well. So to roll through the functions, you have 3 functions. You have, obviously the biggest feature is the body lock. Pop those out. An indicator light will come on the, so you know you're engaged. And then when you disengage, that light disappears so that knows that you're able to offload the container safely without bending anything or causing any damage to the container. You also have your slide. And your lift, and this would be going into the pickup orientation, so you'll run that back. And I'll show you once we get to a certain point how we'll change that hook height from 36 to 54 inches as well. And this just is at idle speed. You can run this up to about 1500 RPM and get a lot more flow out of the hoist to really get those cycle times to go through.
Okay.
So when you're going to change the hook height, one of the biggest key things that you're gonna wanna look out for is bringing that to just right there, but not all the way down. We're gonna come here to the rear of the truck, unpin this on this side. This pin will pop out. Put that out of the way. I'm gonna take this pin out and let it slide down, but see the distance between here and there? If I were to run that all the way down before I tried this, it would have hit the back of the bumper and marred it all to heck. So definitely keep an eye out for that, but we'll push this back up. Repin it in, take this pin, slide it in the other side. And we went from 36 to 54 in under a minute. I mean, it's super simple to do.
Yeah,
you won't be changing hook heights all that often, so now that it's set here, you shouldn't have to worry about it.
Unless I'm helping somebody out who's got 34.
Yeah, so that could always become a possibility. I mean, if you have someone that's in a bind, you have the piece of equipment that can help that customer out, or someone that you work along the lines of. Or if you ever grow big enough to buy someone out that has 36-inch cans, you have that ability to do so. So it's a very great feature that Swappler offers.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So now that we got that hook height all arranged, we can hop in the truck. I have a can out there that we can go and pick up and do a little bit of testing if you'd like.
I love it, yeah.
Perfect. Man. Well, let's hop in the truck. We'll get out and show this truck in motion.
Love it.
As far as the air brakes go, push it in and release. And then you're just gonna hit with the brake engage, the R for the reverse. And that's gonna put you into gear. It's a little bit touchy to get the hang of. Yeah. We'll drive around the parking lot a couple times. Good to go. Perfect. So now you're gonna crank it, we're gonna head that way. So now that we're out in the open, out of the shop here, what are your thoughts on visibility in this Peterbilt?
Visibility is, it's great. I love it. I love how high you sit. The amount of windows in the cab, really.
Your mirrors, you have your side mirror here to see everything on the passenger side as well. So I think the visibility in this truck is great compared to some of the other options. Turning radius as well, we're gonna pull into this container so you'll get to see a little bit firsthand how it handles.
Oh, we'll just back into this can. This is the canner here.
Yep, so we're back into our quality can right there. Jack's got us on the outside on the drone, so kind of go into some of the functions. We're gonna flip our PTO on. So the PTO comes on. You have an indicator light here that shows that your PTO is engaged. To go into the pickup position, as you can see it here, we are in the loaded position. You're gonna run the jib back until it deadheads out. Now that deadheaded, you'll go into your lift function, and that'll run us back into our pickup function. And like I said earlier, if we go into neutral here, you can put your foot on the gas and run this up to about 1500 RPM, and that'll really get the hoist going. Oh, yeah. Makes it go a little bit quicker. We're all about efficiency here, Joe.
Yeah, I love it. Me too.
So we already flipped the hook into the 54-inch hook height orientation, so we're good to go there. Right about there, you're gonna be good. So now we'll throw it in reverse. What I like to do, you can keep this in your hand to make those finite adjustments. So as you're backing into the container, you can lift up accordingly to meet up with the bar on the hook. And another nice thing, Joe, is you don't have to be perfectly aligned. You can just get into the hook, and then we can adjust from there when we get it a little bit off the ground. So from here, lift the hook up a little bit more. Now back into it a little bit more. I really like to use my mirrors. I think that's a little bit better for visibility. Can you see it in your mirror there?
Oh yeah, okay.
Keep going. Boom. Now you're in. So from here, we'll go back into neutral. What I like to do is allow the truck to pull it under itself from the container. So let the hoist do the work. As you lift up on the container, it should suck the truck underneath of that container. Yeah. So go into your lift. You can kind of steer into it so your rails are aligned with your roller wheels. So really steer into it, steer into it. And as long as that, so from here, it didn't go all the way. Let's pull forward a little bit and align those rails with the rollers. That's all you should need right there. Now that we're all aligned, just keep going. And as long as it hits that outside of that roller wheel, that curvature there, it should guide you the rest of the way on, and you should be good to go. See how it hit on the outside? Yep. Boom, that slid right in. So we'll pull the container on the rest of the way of the truck, and then from here, all you do is jib the rest of the way up to bring the container the rest of the way on. Stops, and then you would hit your U-lock function, let that engage, and from there you're locked and loaded, ready to drive away.
Nice.
So it's as simple as that. We can get out, we'll kind of go over the tarp functionality as well. So this is a 16-foot container, so you see you have your 2-foot overhang here. That's legal in most states, including New York. We keep coming across, we'll go into the tarp system. So like I said, release a little bit of the slack. Bring that up and over. It's catching the wind right now. And then to suck it down, you can bring it down, and that way no material, until about you see those arms catching to come back. So from right there, you'd be in the loaded transition mode. So you'd be able to take off, haul it to the dump, haul it to your next stop. Simple as that. Pretty easy.
Very cool. Yeah, very easy.
And then to close it up, just run it vice versa. You can bring this back up so you're not running across that dumpster, so you're not snagging your tarp.
Right. Beautiful.
And you're good to go. Now you can unload.
Hit it.
Yeah, we'll go down to the right here, go around the roundabout, then head back this way. Then we can go inside and talk to Kaylin. She's got a little bit of paperwork that I think she needs signed, so that'll be the next process of the video. All right, Joe, so the final step in the process is to come into Kaylin's office here. We're gonna sign up all the final paperwork for your Peterbilt 536, and then you should be good to hit the road. So we'll step in here and take care of everything she needs. Go ahead. Seamless and quick. Pretty straightforward, and now you're the owner of a brand new Peterbilt 536 hook lift truck.
Fantastic.
So, do appreciate it, Joe. All right, well, congratulations, Joe. We do appreciate you coming out and checking out our facility and taking delivery of your brand new Peterbilt 536. I hope you had a great experience.
You know, you guys have been great showing me everything, going through the ropes, you know, kind of, you know, teaching me everything about the truck, as this is my first hook lift. And I'm just really appreciative of you guys through the process. Kind of helped me every step of the way.
Perfect. Well, we do appreciate your business, and we are looking forward to seeing what you can do with this truck. I want to know if anyone out there has driven one of these Peterbilt 536s. Give me your thoughts on these trucks. If you've driven one, leave it in the comments below. Is there anything that you want to tell the viewers out there?
Yeah, I just want to say, first of all, thank you guys for your hospitality, and everything's been absolutely amazing. And if anyone out there is either about to start a business, roll-off business, or just has and has any questions, I would love to answer them. If you got any questions about how I did it and why I did it, feel free to reach out. rootsrolloff.com. My phone number is all right there. Yeah, feel free to reach out.
Perfect. It is much appreciated. If you guys like these type of videos, be sure to like and subscribe. We have more videos coming out, so stay tuned to the channel for more videos like this. We'll see you guys soon.